Words on Water.
Welcome to Words on Water, a podcast from the Water Environment Federation. This is the host, Travis Loop, joined by a colleague of mine, Maile Lono-Batura. She is the Director of Sustainable Biosolids Programs at WEF. Maile, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing, Travis? Good to see you and hear you.
Yeah, and Happy New Year. We sit here in 2022, and that's actually the purpose of our conversation today. We are at WEF are going to start seeing, putting some things out there about 2022 and the year of poo, which I think we are excited about, and many people in our sector will be excited about. This idea of raising more awareness around poo, especially among a broader audience, not just our water insiders. What's that about? Why is that important?
Yeah, Travis, I think it's such a huge opportunity is really what it comes down to. It's something that we don't typically do in our sector, is going beyond kind of our internal group or people who just come to the plants to want to learn more. We're really trying to broaden that audience and connect to people. So really, it's how do we get out in front and lead our story? We know our story the best. So why is it that we're letting other people tell our story? We should really be doing that. So, it's also an opportunity to bond beyond our pond, which when I say that, I mean, we do a really good job of talking in our echo chamber, but it's really about unifying with initiatives, organizations, not typically on our speed dial. And that's something that is just a huge opportunity for WEF. It's something that I'm really looking forward to doing and helping to lead that effort to broaden awareness of resource recovery, to also build support for biosolids use while doing so.
And when we say build awareness, what does that mean? What are you hope that more people can come to understand through a little bit of a fun campaign like this?
Yeah, it really comes down to the how. How are we doing this and why? And the how is really about opening a dialogue and connecting to all producers, because producers are the flushers. And that is something that I don't think people connect, because we've been so primed to understand that when you flush, somebody else takes care of it and it goes away. But how do we really connect to those people upstream at the flush versus just at the plant? Because the plant tells a great story as well, but how do we even get those folks further up the flush to connect to them and let them know that this is a completely level playing field? You flush, I flush, let's talk about it. And it's really about that. This is really just about talking about the duty we all do, and how do we get that as a connection for us, and to get people more into that story and make them a part of it, because they are a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And what do you hope comes of that raised awareness? What's the ultimate goal there, the point of getting people to understand that they are providing a resource to their community when they use the toilet, right? And that here's all the different ways. But what do you hope comes of that awareness?
Elevating this beyond, it's elevating to personal ownership, but also to personal empowerment, right? It's all about the campaign idea is cheeky and funny. 2022 Year of Poo. We even have a Year of Poo team at WEF that is mobilized, and it's great to have this talented group of people behind it. But really, it's about personal empowerment, understanding that there's power beyond the flush, that we as producers all have that power to not only know what's happening, but to know that we are part of a product stewardship line, that we need to pay attention to the quality of what we're sending down the pipe, and to really own that when that product comes out, we have a responsibility to use that in a way that can create massive change, positive change in terms of climate mitigation, energy recovery, all of these things that you can do just by flushing.
I think there'll be great interest in this, and I think there'll be a lot of people that appreciate learning about it, because there's such an appetite right now for the circular economy, for sustainability, for recycling, for reuse, for investing in our communities in these different kind of ways. There's so many people that are on that train. I think it'll be great interest. So what are maybe some of the activities that people will see, some of the things coming out of WEF during 2022, the year of poo?
This is the part for me that is just, I mean, I get excited just thinking about it, because it's all of these very easy, tangible ways that people already engage in every day. So social media, website, but having it as a touch point, various touch points that people can get engaged. So having fun fecal facts that people can look at, on occasion, they'll see it pop up on social media and go, oh, I never knew that. Wow. We're going to be having, interactive interviews with movement makers, people in the space of sanitation, wastewater, water resource recovery, end use, climate change. We can bond all of these different initiatives around this sole purpose of elevating poo to the throne it so rightly deserves. So I think that it's going to be so fun to have these engagement opportunities that are very, very much easy. It's an easy way to learn more. It's an easy way to just click in and go, wow, I did not know that before. Here's just a digestible chunk of something that I can assimilate and share, and really connect to, learning what it really means to flush, and what it really means to have that space and learn more about the wacky world beyond your toilet.
Yeah. And, as we're sitting here on this audio podcast, we are seeing each other on video, and you've got a poo emoji over your shoulder there, kind of on the wall on display. Absolutely. And I think that speaks to the fact that this can be fun, right? We can be lighthearted. We can have some humor. There's certainly a lot of humor around the topic, and in our internal meetings, the puns are flying fast and furious.
Right.
So it's good stuff, and I think that pulls people in as well. Speaking of pulling people in, what are some of the ways that throughout this year people can get involved or get engaged with what we're doing?
Sure. So if we're talking, to the broader audience, obviously you'll have those touch points. You'll have the social media feeds that you can subscribe to and follow. You will have the videos that you can watch and you can share. You can share to your member associations, to meetings that you may be having, and you want to just talk about it. You have a topic that there's a good option there. We'll also be having POP surveys. So people who want to, participate in the POP surveys on the website is another way. But really, if you have your fun fecal finds, the fun fecal facts, you can share those with us. They can be historical projects that are going on, films, books, things like that. Send them to us. We want to know. So we'll have ways that people can send that to us. They can send nominations for who should be on our Friday Flush interviews. But it's really about elevating the topic and connecting to people that are already talking. This is already happening around the world. And so we're just trying to really get on that same bus and try to get people going to the same live show, which is the Year of Poo.
Awesome. Well, it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be something that we see kind of gathers momentum as the days and weeks and months go on, and more people become aware and become part of the fun. A lot of good content coming out. As a communications person, I appreciate that fun aspect and the organic campaign nature of this. So it's going to be good stuff. I'm sure we'll have a couple other surprises up our sleeves as the year goes on too. Other content coming out that we'll hold for later. But Maile, thanks for coming on to chat about this, and off we go into 2022.
Woohoo! It's going to be fun. Hang on tight. We know this is Year of Poo is a departure from what we're typically used to in the sector, right? We know that it's something that is beyond the status quo, but it's also a very necessary point to engage beyond our pond. And I'm really looking forward to meeting new friends and getting this information out to folks to engage in.
Yeah, you have to break the mold and go outside the norm sometimes, right?
Yeah,
To
absolutely.
to reach people. But thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, thanks, Travis.
Words on water.